Hi, it's Madonna here from New Leaf Natural Therapies. If you found me, it's probably from my naturopathic kinesiology history. Hopefully you're a new kinesiology student looking for some tips to sort of get you motivated and keep you going, or perhaps you're someone who's been watching the videos and realizing that survival patterns are something huge that many of us suffer. So my tip of the day was really about survival patterns. Because when I started working with survival work about 12, 13, 14 years ago, when I studied LEAP with Dr. Charles Krebs, so LEAP is the Learning Enhancement Brain Integration Protocol that I use, I realised that just getting rid of the survival patterns in a session doesn't always eliminate them for good. And I often found that the more things people were doing in their lives, the more likely the survival patterns would stay away longer. But there's several things about this. Firstly, how many survival patterns do they have locked in their unconscious brain? You simply do not know as a practitioner until you start checking them. If someone has situational stress going on, like domestic violence or having a child in prison or having an ill parent or having children with traumatic brain injuries, or a child with behavioural issues like ODD, oppositional defiance disorder, or autism or something like that. So if we've got ongoing stresses, these survival patterns are going to come back out and rear their head regularly. If it's a situational stress that disappears, like the death of a loved one or a divorce or something that you know is, okay, so yes, I've lost my mother and that was dreadful, but hey, eventually I'm going to get over it, then those are the survival patterns that once you clear them, they sort of tend to stay held once the grief has started to release. So that was my tip of the day, thinking about survival patterns in a different way. Because one of the things people often say when they come back, they go, oh, that old pattern is back again. And I go, no, this is not the same pattern. This is your unconscious brain that knows that things haven't corrected on the conscious level yet, so therefore the unconscious brain is coming back in and trying to protect us. So don't forget, the survival patterns are about keeping you safe. The survival patterns live in the unconscious brain, and they deliberately switch off the frontal cortex so that we can't problem solve and think as clearly. It doesn't want us, the survival patterns don't want us thinking clearly. What they want us to do is be reacting. We just need to react and act. If there's a tiger in the room, the last thing you want to do is write down your to and fro list and how am I going to kill this tiger? How am I going to run away from this tiger? Where's the best place in the room for me to get up on so that the tiger can't get me? So when something happens that's a survival pattern, your brain gets switched off, and that's why we have those days where we're walking around in a fog and you sort of think, what colour paint do I want on the wall? I can't make that decision. Decisions get really challenging. So that's my tip of the day, thinking about survival patterns in a whole new light. Have a great day.